Hello everyone, and welcome to the final episode of the Italians Let's Play of Darkest Hour, Kaiserreich, Italiano. There, I remember everything. And with this last episode, this actually isn't really going to be an episode, it's just going to be more of a clip and more of just, footage, I guess. And what do I mean by footage and what do I mean by just a clip? Well, looking around us. Ta-da! While I was away, I'd completely, while I was off camera, I'd completely, done a lot of conquest. And as you can see, I've taken Argentina, I took the Liberians, I took Egypt, I took all of the Ottoman Empire and took Thrace, or Istanbul. And, I also took the, Persians. Yeah. Basically, I did a lot while I was off screen, and, the reason why I kind of didn't want to record it was because it was, it took us a little bit of time to get there. I mean, last time we were here was about 1946. It basically took me 5 years to get to this point in the game. And, as much as I love this series, I feel like, it kind of, oh, thanks. The music right now is really good for this moment. I feel like I feel like the series has kind of, ended and kind of, well, basically what I think is I should have ended when I destroyed the British, but, I decided to carry on, persevere, because I wanted to try to retake all the Mediterranean and, become the Roman Empire again. And, wow, this music's really fitting this mood. And, I tried for that for a little bit, and, as I got on, the series kind of became a little bit more stale, and I kind of noticed that people were a little bit more agitated, and I kept having, mishaps where I would forget to save it, and, it would look very, very suspicious on me from, cheatery regions, and, it just became this big, gigantic mess of a series. So, I decided to just skip the rest and just show you guys the end product of this game. And this is basically the end product, where our regional Pope Polish Julius IV could not be here to see this glorious day come to pass. But his successor Pelias XII, which is the pig-headed isolationist, is determined to keep his country out of war and the mess of internal politics. He might just like internal cooperation, but it is always national autonomy that is his goal. He was a guy who led us through this great and vicious times of the final push for the Italian Federation to not become the Italian Federation, but to become the great and legendary Rome itself. Wow, that was kind of a good speech. I kind of like that. Yeah. This series was very good to us. I mean, we had a lot of things happen. I would not have expected my second episode of playing this. I would already be at war with France and Italy. I was expecting I would take a couple of hours to build up, and then maybe take a little bit from Austria when the Yucatan war goes out, but yeah, I did not expect that. It was one of those really big things I never expected, and then I never thought that I would be able to push through France's line and eventually go out here. And then I never thought in my history of years that I'd be able to mount a successful invasion against the UK and basically take over its entire provinces and claim as much as I could out of them. Which, as you can see, there's still I used a lot of the vassals over here of Germany to do it, but oh my goodness, this would be a horrible war if they really did have to fight. If I was to break away from Germany right now, I don't know if the Londinians would be able to handle all the soldiers I left in their wake. Definitely not Scotland. Scotland would definitely be taken over quite quickly because they would not be able to hold against that 86 amount of men right there, just stacked up right there. So, yeah, I mean, this is all good. And, you know, we did a lot of good things. Like I said, we did a lot of good things, and we eventually accomplished our goal. We in fact even did a little bit more of our goal, because we did conquer Iran, which was pretty cool. Things, I guess now that we've talked about the good, I guess I could talk about the bad, which is, you know, I kind of wish that in the end, I wish it would have broken away from the German shadow. You know, kind of become the big gigantic industrial power and have all the troops and not have to constantly rely on them to put down my rebels. But in the end, I just did not have it with me, and it's a little bit of a sad, dark thing in my series where, you know, we can never quite become the true Roman Empire, because the Holy Roman Empire was there all along, blocking our way. But yeah, that leaves me to the sad part. Another thing is that I wish I would have thought of this earlier. I wish I would have taken out Spain, and, you know, kind of put a little bit more of a Roman emphasis over here, and, you know, taking out Portugal. But, you know, I got Great Britain, which was something I didn't expect to do. So yeah. What else do I kind of regret? I regret this for us being the same exact color. I regret Middle Africa and the Italian Federation being the same exact color. So it makes it very hard to tell where the borders are. They're actually right here, but it makes it very hard if you don't know where the borders are, and it makes it very hard to tell. What else? I wish I would have been able to save the Qing Empire from collapsing. And yes, I realized it's actually pronounced the Qing. When I was in history class, actually, I realized in history class, my teacher was talking about them. I thought they would pronounce the Queen. It's actually called the Qing. And I wish I would have been able to save them from the inevitable doom. And finally, I wish I would have been able to unite. At least wish I would have been able to, like, unite the United States and reunify the states. Because this looks just too weird to me. As a United States person, this just seems way too weird to me. But yeah, those were kind of my, you know, kind of sad, you know, sad-faced many tears going down reasons what I wish I could have done. But anyways, on the bright side, again, like I said, I did a lot of conquering. We expanded our realm like 40-fold. I mean, we started out with just... Literally, we started almost exactly how the Romans started. We started with this little area right here. We expanded downward, then we expanded like this, that way, conquered all of this, then we expanded that way, conquered this, then that way. Then we went into there, and then slowly but surely we conquered Liberia, then Egypt, and then we took over the Ottomans, which I would like to say this, I did get the nuclear capabilities. What I did basically was, to get Istanbul, I had to nuke it to heck. So if you're wondering why Istanbul is so, like, destroyed, I had to nuke it almost 40 times before they would give up. So, yeah, that was kind of a sad moment when I had to do that, but, you know, it was the only way I could take it before the Germans would have gotten it and, you know, used it for their own selfish purposes. And, you know, finally, I also destroyed the nationalist France, you know, kind of symbolic of we've completely destroyed the French Empire. Le Français is now dead. You know, but, yeah. Those are the good things that happened in this campaign, and, you know, I just wanted to come in here and say, for the final time, you know, to kind of bring this episode and this series to a close, because I'm one of those type of YouTubers that hate it when, like, YouTubers just, you know, start a series and, you know, I'm getting really into it. I invest like 40 hours into it, and all of a sudden they just stop and they don't even give a word of why they stopped. Like, I'm not gonna name any names, but we all know those YouTubers, and, you know, we get really sick and tired of them, and we really just want, you know, personally, I just really would want if they would do one final episode that would say, you know, what I think about the series, what happened, you know, what was good, what was bad, and, you know, what we can bring out of this. So there we go. I think that's everything that I wanted to cover. Thank you guys for watching me through this very interesting series. It was probably the series that kind of started it all. Like, this was probably the one that I'll probably look back to it's when I become famous. This is probably the series I'll look back on and be like, yep, this is where it all started. And this is really where my strategic career started, and, you know, thank you guys. Thank you guys seriously for watching. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Anything else? No. So, for a final time, everyone, say goodbye to Pope Pelias, say goodbye to the Italian-French Federation, and, you know, I guess for the final time, God bless the Roman Empire of the Italians, and I'll see you guys. Oh, last thing, if you guys do want me to actually go back to where I was in the Egyptian part and actually play through all this, I can. It wouldn't be that hard. I could replicate my strategy pretty easily. I mean, it'd be a little bit difficult, but I could definitely replicate it. But, you know, if no one does a comment, no one ever says anything, I'll just keep it like this and keep this a final episode. But, yeah. See you guys next time.